All right, so we're about ready to get started again.
Okay. So what are we doing this time, Dwango?
This time I have no idea what's going to happen.
Okay.
So I need to explain a few things. So this particular run, we need to delete the contents of a rather particular game. You might have seen this before. It's Pokemon Red. So I have a Pokemon Red cartridge in here that is it has somebody else's data on it, and we need to delete it. So it's kind of hard to delete things when you want to power off the console about halfway through. So we have a little bit of a special setup here with this other bot here. I'm going to go ahead and turn everything on and see what happens. Nothing really fancy going on here. The reason we're using a Super Game Boy is because it's very difficult to connect a, well, what we call a bot. It's very difficult to connect a TASBot to something that doesn't have a controller port. We can do things like hijack circuit boards if we have to, but... So this movie just deleted whatever the contents was before, and we are about to go in and create a new game save. So this tool-assisted speedrun was kind of tricky to create because Pokemon it's got some interesting quirks in the dialogue screen. It can lag at different points. It makes it rather difficult to do a tool-assisted speedrun on. And it gets a whole lot more difficult when the Super Game Boy is not very well emulated. So matching things up on an emulator compared to what they would be on the console is a little bit of a challenge. So we've gone ahead and named the player Red. We are going to name the rival something kind of strange. There's a reason for that.
There's a reason for everything.
Now we're going to save the game and... Bam! All right, so you'll see that everything just froze. That's because this little black wire here goes to the reset pin on the bottom of the Super Nintendo, and we just basically told it to shut off halfway through saving. So I'm going to have you hold this for just a sec. Thank you. We're going to disconnect that.
So we're done with the resetting.
Yep. So I'm disconnecting that reset pen because we don't need it anymore. And now we're going to run another script. And okay. Now we just created a brand new save game file, so there shouldn't really be anything interesting going on here. I say that, but you know that's not true. It takes forever to start this game, though, especially when you also have to walk through the Super Game Boy menu. So there's our save game file. It says we have 0 of everything. Oh, look, we have Pokemon. We have a lot of Pokemon. Oh, hey, look, we have items, too. You just can't see them. Oh, what's going on here? So we might have sort of swapped Pokemon 255 with Pokemon 230. Now, you might notice that there aren't really that many Pokemon in this game. We kind of fixed that. Yeah, there's a little bit of switching going on here. So you might notice that we're throwing a lot of stuff away. This is the easiest way to change memory. So in Pokemon Red, and actually the entire first generation series, it's a matter of a identifier and a quantity of items. So what we're doing here is we're going to a given item identifier, and we're throwing away a given quantity to change that to whatever value we want it to be. Unfortunately, that means we can only ever change every other byte, because 1 byte is the identifier and 1 byte is the quantity. So when you see us go back to swap Pokemon, that's because we're going back to change the order and get it offset so that what used to be an identifier is now a quantity that we can now throw away. We're going to assemble a small program in memory to do something interesting, as you might imagine. In this case, this is not actually that interesting. All it's going to do is make it possible for us to press buttons on the controller and read from them. Now, basically what we want to do is make it possible to write 1 byte at a time in memory and then execute it. There's a minor catch, though. On the Super Game Boy, it cancels if you press up and down at the same time, it cancels that out. If you press left and right at the same time, it cancels that out. Well, there are 8 buttons, let's see, left, right, up, down, A, B, select, start. Those map to each of a bit and a byte, and that means we can press buttons and do something interesting. Let's see what that interesting thing is.
I hope not.
Oh, I assure you it isn't.
Okay.
Hold this, please.
I don't know.
Can you guess what it is yet?
Hold a second. Hang on. All right. I got this
You may have heard of Twitch Plays Pokemon.
Still see a lot going by here.
Soon? Is it connected? Is replay working?
Oh.
Good. It seems like replay is not working.
Oh. I think we got it. Wait for just 1 second.
What's going on?
Hello, Twitch chat.
Twitch chat, say hi to the couch.
Wait.
Twitch chat.
Felix.
You're gonna have standing ovation.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
Everybody spam Franker Z.
and that, ladies
Spam Franker Z.
More Franker Z. We need more Franker Z. Come on, bring it on.
Where's all the Franker Z? Come on, Twitch lag.
A little bit of Twitch lag here. Here, it'll come on. I mean, I knew it was uncontrollable, but this is a little crazy.
Get the camera.
Oh, there we go. Now it's
Yeah,
there.
Franker
Yeah.
Z.
All right. So, Red TASBot is saying something. We just can't see it in the midst of all the noise. So, yeah, I'm sure that he's saying something interesting. But yes, indeed, as you might have noticed, we are actually connecting Twitch chat to a Super Nintendo through a rather absurd method. They are still spamming Franker Z. I can't believe it.
Have you met Twitch chat?
So I will not talk for long. I want to briefly explain what we just did. We just did a triple total control. We took over Pokemon Red. Then we took over the Super Game Boy. Then we took over the entire Super Nintendo. Then we started streaming Twitch chat directly through the controller cables.
Now he's stuck at the bottom.
And yes, we did add emotes.
Try them all.
Yeah, might as well. Why not?
Yeah, right?
So I need to be honest. This is all the work of P4 Plus 2.
Yes, thank you, P4 Plus 2.
Yes.
You are a lifesaver.
He really is.
Oh my God.
There's so much work that went into this.
Ilari is a very giant help.
Yes, Ilari wrote the emulator that we used to do all of the development of even getting Pokemon Red to work was a challenge. Just getting Super Game Boy working was a huge issue. Ilari was a massive help with that. I do want to tell a true thank you because he did develop this board. He did make it possible to stream data. As you can see, we are streaming data through this USB cable right now. We are also indebted to MasterZoon, who also helped port the movie file, the ROM file that P4 Plus 2 made to the Super Nintendo. Let's see. Who am I missing? I'm missing a lot of people.
I know.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, the
we had
Axeman.
help from TWM and the Axeman for getting the Python scripting working to stream an IRC channel into a Super Nintendo. So I'm missing somebody else, aren't I?
Oh, we got
Yeah, we
Ilari.
got Ilari. There have been so many people involved in this. This has been a multi-month effort.
Who's
I
in
want
the
to say
chat?
thank you. What's that? Oh, and TASBot.
Yes, and of course, TASBot.
Yes. Perhaps maybe at the end of the marathon we will return with something more interesting if there is time and some bonus block. I can't guarantee that. I'm speaking totally out of turn, but maybe there's something more interesting that we could do on Twitch chat. So.
I would like to point out I just got like 20 donations going, what?
I think that concludes our block. Thank you so much.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how TASBot wins the internet.